guys, Ash here. Hope this video finds you all doing well today. In this episode, we're going to do something a little bit different, talk a little bit about current events. Well, that's not different. I always try to bring you up-to-date content, but we're going to do a little bit of journalism, as so to speak, some investigative journalism. I actually found this post on the forums earlier today, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Obviously, the original poster here mentions that he has issues facing engineered clans a lot in Clash of Clans, and you see this on the forums absolutely constantly. People complaining about engineered clans, engineered bases. You can see I'll flash a few of those on the screen right now. So I decided to visit one of these clans with one of these epic win streaks, Winterfell gods, that were kind enough to let me come and visit them, go ahead and highlight their war log and talk about their win streak. They've won 103 clan war matches in a row now, and they're not a typical engineered clan, but they do have some, you know, borderline engineered bases, and I wanted to talk to you guys about what they are and whether or not it's a good thing for Clash of Clans. Largely, I'm going to let you guys, my audience, decide, because honestly, I think you can make a good case either way on both sides of the arguments, and some days I feel one way about this engineered thing, and then the other days I feel a different way. I think the most important thing here is I think Supercell, and the Clash team specifically, needs to break their silence on this topic. I think it's getting a little bit out of hand on both sides. I think that there's more and more clans doing engineered bases, and there's also more individuals doing engineered bases, and as a result, there's more people than ever complaining about it on the forums. So maybe this is the way that clan wars were meant to go here. Maybe this is how they were intended to be, these engineered clans, engineered bases. Again, Winterfell gods, not necessarily a classic engineered clan. You can see here as I scroll through their bases, they actually do things the right way. They have some very simple rules regarding upgrading on your bases. We're going to take a look through all their bases a little bit here just to show you guys what type of bases they have designed, and then we're going to talk about what type of matchups they're able to pull in using this upgrade method here. So largely, it's kind of like the 0.5 upgrade system as far as how Winterfell gods does things here, and I'm going to go ahead and link you to their YouTube channel also in the description. You want to check them out. They do have some really nice raids, including a recent one against a maxed out Town Hall 11. However, finding Town Hall 11s in their clan is a rare sight, and we'll talk about that in just a second as well. So you can see here their bottom bases, they're not engineered, they're just really low bases. They're not, you know, a typical engineered base would be like this. I'll flash one on the screen right now where you have max heroes with no defenses. Those are what people really think about when they think of engineered base designs, not these bases. These ones here that we're looking at now just basically prioritize their offense over their defense. And let me just be really clear right now before we get too far ahead of ourselves here in this episode as I scroll through these bases, that I don't think that engineered bases, no matter even the defenseless bases, just me personally here, I don't think that it's cheating because it's allowed in the game under the rules that we're given. There's nowhere in terms of service that says that engineered bases is wrong. So some people might rightfully or wrongfully think it's a slimy or cheap way of playing the game, but it's definitely not cheating in terms of the terms of service. The real question here is this how the Clash team wanted clan wars to be played? Is this what they intended the overall clan war dynamic to look like, with this many engineered or cater-made bases to really allow clans to garner easier matchups in clan wars? But before we get to what a typical matchup looks like for Winterfell gods, let's just quickly bring up a few counterpoints. I'm going to flash those on the screen. This is a really nice response, I felt, and it explains some of the situation in terms of the other end of the spectrum. And these are actually really good points. It basically, Tango Fever here says one of the problems here with engineered bases is perception, and he goes on to list 3 very good points that I want to discuss briefly here at this point in the video. So number 1 is lack of understanding about matchmaking. A lot of people think that their mirror base on the other side of the war map is what they're bringing into the war. I see a lot of people still today saying, hey, look at this, I'm matched against a max Town Hall 10, what the heck, Supercell, or something like that. But really, that's not, your mirror has no relevance in terms of your own base. The mirror, the war map, only reflects the order of the bases on the war map only reflect, and this is very important, the defensive weight of bases, not their offensive weight. And you can see here, I'm going to go to the other side of the map right now as I talk about these counterpoints, and you're going to see what they're typically matched up against here. You can see that so far things are pretty even so far as we climb up, but look at this, the top 5 bases on the other side of the map, so far all Town Hall 9s, and remember, the first Town Hall 10 is base 2, the second Town Hall 10 is base 1, but that's it, guys. Not one Town Hall 11 on the other end of the war here, and that's a huge advantage for Winterfell gods, compounded by the fact that they're all really good attackers as well. I'll play some of their attacks as well here. By the way, guys, Winterfell gods are recruiting, so if you want to be a part of history, and right now, by the way, if you're interested in all these rankings and war streaks and clan war levels, this is the best site for it. I'll flash it on the screen. I'll include the link in the description as well. But right now, globally, out of over 3 million clans in the game right now, Winterfell gods are ranked 14th in terms of longest win streak right now. They're at 103, and the #1 clan right now is at 122 wins. So, real huge shout out to Winterfell gods. It's definitely a very cool accomplishment. And I did mention that they have upgrade rules in their clans. So, one of these upgrade rules is very simple, but their biggest rule is that in Winterfell gods, you're not allowed to drop any of your Town Hall level defenses, any new defenses, so that could be a new Expo, it could be a new Inferno Tower, it could be splash damage, no matter what, Eagle Artillery for Town Hall 11s, you're not allowed to drop any of those defenses at all unless you can consistently 3-star other bases that do have those defenses, and that's pretty much their golden rule. You can see, even if you visit their individual bases, which I won't do right now just for time's sake, but you can see they all have defenses upgrading right now, and they all have builders ready. It's not like these are defenseless bases. So I ask you guys, is this right or is this wrong? Is Winterfell gods playing within the rules? I think they are, especially when compared to more egregious examples where some clans literally have the entire bottom of the war map are defenseless bases. Now, I'm not sure that I agree with that, but at the same time, it's not really cheating, so I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, this is definitely an issue in the game. You see dozens and dozens and dozens, hundreds of posts a week, certainly on the forums, and even on Twitter. I get hit up daily about people complaining about engineered clans and engineered bases. I think it's time for Supercell, the dev team, or somebody to write a blog post, or even respond to one of these posts in the forums, just kind of touching base. Is this okay? I mean, they removed Town Hall sniping in the December update. That was a huge, huge, huge change in the game. I don't need to tell you guys that, but that's because the game wasn't being played as they had intended. Will they make big changes to affect this matchmaking? As you can see here, by the way, another huge component to Winterfell God's success is putting level 3 bowlers in level 6 hogs in all their lower town halls offensively. So that's very nice to have those max troops in all those lower end attacks as easy 3-stars against all these bases. I'll play another one for you guys right now. But getting back to those counterpoints real quickly, so we don't totally forget about Tango. The second item he mentions is some people are comparing totally irrelevant items or terms in matchmaking which have no effect or no bearing on the actual matchmaking algorithm, such as clan level. Clan level has no bearing whatsoever on matchmaking, and town hall level. The town hall level within itself has absolutely no effect on matchmaking, so it's the defensive units and the offensive units that matter, not the town hall level. So don't think that just because somebody's a town hall 11 and they don't necessarily have anything else upgraded that they have any heavier weight than a town hall 3, for example, if they don't have anything but the town hall upgraded. But I should mention also a revision in my own videos in the past. So I brought you guys a video maybe about 4 to 6 months ago now, really explaining the algorithms behind matchmaking. That was based on a hour-long conversation I had with one of the Clash of Clans developers, actually Jonas. You might have heard him speak at ClashCon, and he was explaining to me everything under the hood and some of the misnomers in matchmaking. I actually just recently emailed him, so I'm really hoping to hear back, and if I do, I'll share you everything that I'm allowed to, certainly, in his email response. But I asked him what he feels, or how he feels about these engineered bases, and if he can elaborate to any of us, or to me specifically, so I can share with you guys, if you can elaborate even further about war weights and what goes on under the hood in terms of war matchmaking and how people can combat these engineered clans if that's not the route that they choose to go, and what he thinks about defenseless bases. So hopefully I hear back from him pretty soon, and I'll share again what I can with you guys regarding that. Now, I do want to go ahead and update, as I just mentioned, that video that I sent you, that I shared with you guys a few months ago. Now, in that video, I said that defense and offense was weighted at a 50-50 ratio, so they're completely even. However, we have no way of knowing what the actual offensive strength of a base is parceled out from defense because there isn't any available metric to show that in the game. However, that has been changed now. I think in early March or mid-March, Supercell actually changed it so defense weighs a lot more now. So that actually gives rise to more popularity in terms of these defenseless bases. So I just wanted to clarify that to you guys. We don't know exactly what the ratio is, at least I don't off the top of my head, but it's certainly not 50-50 anymore. Defense does indeed weigh more. So if you do what Winterfell Gods does, and you hold off on your heavier defenses, such as your Inferno Towers, your Eagle Artillery, your Expos, and your splash damage at each Town Hall level, you will, no doubt, get an advantage in Clan Wars. And that's just the state of the game right now. I'm not telling you anything that most people don't already know, but certainly it's something to take into consideration when choosing the upgrade direction of your clan. And lastly, guys, I just wanted to end today's video by proposing a semi-band-aid. I wouldn't say it's a solution, but proposing something, and I actually mentioned this as well to the Clash team, and they seemed pretty receptive about it, but who knows if we'll ever actually see it in game. But basically, I'm calling for a little numerical transparency, which is a fancy way of saying that, hey guys, Supercell Clash team, can you tell us what our base strength is? It doesn't have to be the exact metric or the exact algorithm breakdown, but just give us a number from 1 to 100 and just allow the players to see their own base strength and then allow us to see the aggregated clan strength of our war so we can tell how heavy we are as a total clan, and it will just take a little bit of the paperwork, so to speak, off of our shoulders on our end, and you know, just give us a little bit more transparency in the game. I think that would actually help a lot, and it would even help to the more casual player who just wants to see, okay, if I add this defense or this offense, how much stronger will that make me overall? I think that's actually a really cool little visible stat that people could look at and actually use as motivation to get stronger as a base for a more casual player. So guys, by the way, hashtag give us arranged wars. A really big fan of getting some sort of arranged war, and I have a video coming out on that in the next week or two, really trying to put together my thoughts regarding arranged wars and how we can incorporate that to affect not just the 1% of the community who's really super competitive, but to the entire Clash audience and make it appealing to a wider range of players. So guys, I just wanted to thank you all again for watching this video all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. As always, hope you have a great day or night or whatever time you're watching this video. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.